All right, today we're diving into a system that makes some pretty wild claims, like being able to break Wall Street with its AI. But behind all the incredible trading promises, there's also a really complex compensation plan. So what really is the Pak Won E Code? Let's get into it. So let's just start with this number right here, almost $200,000. What is that? Well, that's the price tag for the highest subscription level in the system we're looking at today. Right off the bat, that tells you we're talking about some serious money.
And here it is. This is the claim that's at the very heart of everything. We literally broke Wall Street, per se. It's a massive statement, right? So we got to unpack what's really behind it.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. We're going to start with the money, the income promise. Then we'll look at the compensation matrix, how people get paid. After that, we'll get into the tech itself, the code, how the AI is supposedly trained, and finally, this whole bigger ecosystem they're building.
All right, first up, the income promise. Because according to what we've seen, it's not just about making money from trading. Oh no, there's a whole other layer to how you can earn here.
So, inside what they call the quantum network, there are basically two main paths to earning money. First, there's the leverage fee bonus. That's pretty straightforward. It's a direct commission you get when you sign someone up yourself. And then you have the team production bonus. This is where it gets interesting. This is monthly income, and it's based on the total sales of your entire team. So not just the people you bring in, but the people they bring in, and so on.
Okay, so how does all that fit together? Well, this is where you start to see this really complex, multi-level structure, and the costs and rewards, they are worlds apart, depending on what level you come in at.
Yeah, you can think of it like different ranks or tiers inside the network. And the deal is, the higher you go, the more cost to get in, but your potential earning percentages also go way up. You unlock bigger and bigger rewards.
Now this table, this is where it gets really, really interesting. Just look at the jump in that direct sign-up bonus percentage. So at the Stellar Initiate level, for $95, you get a 5% bonus. Okay, jump up to Quantum for about $1,000, you get 15%. But then look at this. At the Supernova tier, which costs almost 10 grand, your bonus shoots up to a whopping 50%. And that's the same commission rate you get at the top Universal tier, which costs almost $200,000. That jump to 50% is a huge deal.
So what else do you get for that top tier, nearly $200,000 universal price tag? Well, the perks definitely get more exclusive. They talk about getting access to a global territory, whatever that means. And this one really caught my eye: private quantum consultations.
Okay, so we've seen the business model, right? The structure that's built around the product. Now let's actually look at the product itself, the code that's supposed to make all this possible. So, what is the actual technology powering all this? At the very core of this whole thing is a piece of proprietary code, and it's got quite a story behind it. It's called the Pak Won E Code. Apparently it was developed by a trader, Jeffrey Leftinet. And here's the big idea. It's a code designed to teach any AI platform, like ChatGPT or Gemini, how to trade. And not just simple stuff, we're talking Forex, futures, the whole stock market.
And this slide really gets to the heart of the sales pitch. So the argument goes something like this. All those traditional indicators that traders use, things like MACD, stochastics, they're basically useless now. They just don't work anymore. Why? Because they can't compete with the super fast, high-frequency trading that the big banks are doing. So the Pak Won E Code is presented as the solution. Forget all that complicated stuff. This gives you simple, clear signals. Green for up, red for down. The idea is stress-free trading. And apparently you can use it to train any AI.
And the origin story for this code, it's pretty unique. The creator, Jeffrey Leftinet, says it came to him after 5 long years of frustration with trading. He says, and this is a quote, "The universe, God, helped me to put this together."
Okay, so it's one thing to talk about what the code does, but the source material actually shows a demonstration of how it's supposed to work, how you train an AI with it. So let's walk through those steps.
So here's the process they lay out. It's 5 steps. Step 1, you go to a regular AI, like Google's, and you ask for a trading prediction. And what do you get? A very standard, vague, non-committal answer, right? But then, step 3, you paste in this special Pak Won E Code. Step 4, you add a dataset from a site like TradingView, and boom, step 5. Suddenly, the AI is completely transformed. Now it's spitting out these very specific up or down signals, green or red, for major currency pairs. That's the claim anyway.
All right, last part, and this is important. This code, it isn't being sold as just a standalone tool. It's framed as one piece of a much, much bigger, kind of futuristic vision.
Yeah, the ambition here is huge. We're talking way beyond just a piece of software. The idea is to build a whole new digital frontier, a complete ecosystem for the future of finance, as they see it.
And when you look at the full vision, I mean, it is just packed with buzzwords and futuristic concepts. We're talking about a brand new quantum network, a 3D Forex and Future Space channel, something called Augmented Real-Time Content, or ARC, running on the blockchain, and it all leads up to this massive claim of owning the original operating systems of the metaverse. I mean, wow.
So when you put it all together, what do you have? You've got this system that blends these incredible, revolutionary claims about AI with a very expensive multi-level business model. It's this really fascinating mix of, sci-fi future and a familiar sales structure. And it kind of leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? As AI gets more and more powerful, how are we supposed to tell the difference between a real breakthrough and just a really, really good story?